What if I told you that behind every superhero entrance, every fist pump, every "I am the man" declaration, there's a human being fighting battles we never see? Today's story isn't about championships or WrestleMania moments. It is about something far more real, far more devastating, and far more important than any title belt could ever be. Before we dive into this emotional journey, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and smash that notification bell. Trust me, you're going to want to stay connected with WWE Extreme for stories that go beyond the ring, because wrestling is not just about the moves, it is about the people. Becky Lynch, the man, the last kicker, the woman who main evented WrestleMania, who shattered glass ceilings, who made an entire generation believe that anything is possible if you are willing to fight for it. But recently, the fighter faced an opponent that no amount of training, no amount of determination, and no amount of crowd support could help her defeat. And it breaks every single one of our hearts. Now, let me be crystal clear here, because the internet is a wild place where misinformation spreads faster than Roman Reigns collects championship reigns. There have been deeply upsetting rumors circulating online, and we need to address the elephant in the room with sensitivity and respect. The truth is, Becky Lynch has not publicly shared any tragedy involving her daughter. Her real-life daughter with Seth Rollins is healthy, and any claims suggesting otherwise appear to be unfounded rumors or cruel hoaxes designed to generate clicks and prey on people's emotions. But here's what makes the situation so incredibly messed up and worth discussing. Why do these rumors exist? Why do people feel the need to create fictional tragedies about real people's children? And more importantly, what does this say about our relationship with celebrities, with wrestlers, and with the humanity we sometimes forget they possess? Think about it for a second. Becky Lynch is not just a character on your television screen. She is Rebecca Quinn, a mother, a wife, a daughter, and a human being who bleeds the same red we all do. When we log on to social media and see these heartbreaking headlines, our first instinct is sympathy, which is beautiful. But our second instinct should be verification, because in the age of viral content, the truth often gets left in the dust while lies sprint to the finish line wearing stolen boots. The wrestling world has seen its fair share of real tragedy, and that is precisely why we need to be careful. We have lost legends like Eddie Guerrero, Owen Hart, and more recently, individuals like Bray Wyatt who left us far too soon. These losses are real, they are documented, and they have left permanent scars on the wrestling community. When we spread false information about tragedies that have not occurred, we are not just being careless. We are diminishing the weight of actual loss and disrespecting those who have genuinely suffered. Here is where things get interesting from a psychological perspective. Why are we so quick to believe tragic news about celebrities? There's actually a term for this: disaster porn. Our brains are hardwired to pay attention to negative information because, evolutionarily speaking, threats are more important to remember than good news. A lion trying to eat you? That is information worth remembering. A nice sunset? Pretty, but not exactly life-saving intel. Social media algorithms have figured this out and weaponized it against us. Tragic headlines get more clicks, more shares, more engagement. And in a world where engagement equals money, the truth becomes just another casualty in the content war. Pages create these devastating fake stories. People share them out of genuine concern. And before you know it, a complete fabrication has reached millions of people while the truth is still lacing up its boots. But let us talk about what we do know about Becky Lynch's real life, because her actual story is inspiring enough without needing fabricated tragedy. In December 2020, Becky and Seth Rollins welcomed their daughter, and Becky took time away from WWE to embrace motherhood. When she returned in 2021 at SummerSlam, she was not the same Becky Lynch who left. She was sharper, hungrier, and somehow even more dangerous. She had experienced the transformation that only parenthood can bring. That beautiful, terrifying realization that you are now responsible for another human's entire existence. The real Becky has spoken openly about the challenges of balancing motherhood with being one of the top performers in the most physically demanding entertainment industry on the planet. She has discussed the guilt of leaving her daughter to go on the road, The exhaustion of maintaining peak physical condition while being a present parent, and the constant mental battle between the man character and Rebecca, the mom, who just wants to read bedtime stories and make sure her kid eats vegetables. That is the real story worth telling, not fabricated tragedies designed to manipulate emotions for clicks, but the genuine human struggle of a woman trying to be everything to everyone while maintaining her own identity. It is messy, it is complicated, and it does not have a clean 3-count finish. Here is what really grinds my gears about these fake tragedy stories. They do not just disrespect Becky Lynch and her family. They disrespect every parent who has actually lost a child. Childhood cancer is devastatingly real. Families face this nightmare every single day, fighting battles that make hell in a cell look like a pillow fight. When we spread false stories about celebrity children dying from cancer, we are turning real people's worst nightmares into clickbait. And that is not just wrong, it is disgustingly exploitative. So what can we do about it? First, verify before you share. If you see a shocking headline about a celebrity tragedy, especially involving children, take 30 seconds to check if legitimate news sources are reporting it. WWE would absolutely make an official statement about something this serious. Becky's social media would reflect such a tragedy. The absence of these things should be your first red flag that something smells fishier than week-old arena nachos. Second, report false information when you see it. Social media platforms have policies against spreading misinformation, especially harmful misinformation involving minors. Use those reporting tools. Be part of the solution instead of the algorithm's plaything. Third, remember that wrestlers are real people. I know, it sounds obvious. But in an industry built on predetermined outcomes and larger-than-life characters, it is easy to forget that the person taking the bumps goes home to a real family, experiences real joy, and feels real pain. They deserve the same respect, privacy, and human decency we would want for ourselves. Becky Lynch has given us incredible moments. She has inspired millions, broke barriers, and proved that women can be just as big of draws as anyone in this business. She has earned her flowers, her respect, and her privacy. What she has not earned is having her name attached to fabricated tragedies for someone else's financial gain. The real Becky Lynch story is still being written, and it does not need. Thanks for watching WWE Extreme. Now get out there and be better fans, better people, and better consumers of information. And remember, the man might be a character, but Rebecca Quinn is beautifully, messy, wonderfully human, just like the rest of us.